Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays collection. Thanks for returning. And today we got I got an episode where I want to kind of go over a little bit of a collection of works by a kind of an actor, writer, director, producer, everything. Now I don't have all his works that he's done. I mean, he's done TV shows, he's done all kinds of stuff. This will be basically the core classics of this writer-director. The guy I'm talking about is Kevin Smith, and he burst on the scene in the mid-90s with Clerks, kind of teamed up as he was kind of Silent Bob with Jay and Silent Bob, a couple characters that were in Clerks, and they would turn out to be a recurring guys, a pair of bumbling burnout dudes that would kind of appear in a bunch of different Kevin Smith movies. But what I want to show is just basically his core classics, the ones that have made him famous, the most famous and everything. And a lot of these are mainly the Jay and Silent Bob stuff. I've probably left out a few things. I do have their newest incarnation, the newest Jay and Silent Bob movie. But I wanted to just show off those that I have. I was a huge fan of Kevin Smith probably around the beginning of DVD, probably around 2001, 2002. I think I rented. I mean, I had already seen Clerks and everything, and I was a big fan of it and everything. And I believe I had seen Chasing Amy. I was just getting into DVDs, and I think I went and rented a DVD, and it was Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Came out around 2001, somewhere in there. Anyways, it was new to me at the time. I laughed my butt off during that. I mean, it's got a lot of potty humor, a lot of like lowbrow, funny, just weird, crazy stuff though. But if you know the characters from the previous movies, you'll kind of get some of the humor and stuff. But I laughed my butt off about that, and it was probably one of the first 20 DVDs that I bought back 20 years ago. Or so. So anyways, I just want to show some of the Jay and Silent Bob, Kevin Smith stuff that I have. Now, I don't have, My Girl or some of the, or not My Girl, but the New Jersey Girl, whatever. I have some of those I don't have. I don't have some of his works. This is not complete by any means. So let's get right into that, guys. And this is the movie that kind of got me reacquainted with Kevin Smith again, and I just had so much fun with this. The movie Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. This is a good old thick DVD case from back in the old days. Dimension Films, Miramax, everything. Jay and Silent Bob is a 2-disc collector set. It's got so much stuff on the second disc. Hilarious. It's just really hilarious in the dumbest way. It's got everybody from Chris Rock to Will Ferrell, Shannon Elizabeth, who was hotter than hot at that time after doing the American Pie movie, so she was in this. Of course, you got Jason Lee, Ben Affleck, which he was not quite the superstar that he is now. Then he was really on the cusp. But then you got the great Jason Mewes and Kevin Smith as Jay and Silent Bob. So they're in this. So yeah, hilarious movie. Exact time. When did this come out? 2000. Of course, this is a kind of a. What's funny is this is kind of a parent company of like Disney or something, or Touchstone or whatever it was at the time. So it doesn't really say, but yeah, disc 2, 176 minutes of extras. Film 104 minutes. I think this came out in 2001. Let me know if I'm wrong about that. But yeah, man, when I got this, it was just so much fun. really got me into into DVDs at the time. It was a new format. I kind of came 4 years late to the party of DVD. But yeah, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. That is a funny movie, guys. If you just want a good laugh, and it's really pretty cool. Like I said, this is a new release. This came out, I believe, last year, maybe the year before, but Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. This is basically their second, film, third film, maybe. But yeah, they return. You got Jason Mewes and Kevin Smith reprising their characters. This came out in 2019, so it's been a few years. But yeah, this has got a lot of the past people in it. Returning Jason Mewes. Where's all the people? It doesn't really say, but man, it's got a bunch of things though. But it says the stoner icons who first hit the screen 25 years ago in Clerks are back. When Jay and Silent Bob discover that Hollywood is rebooting an old movie based on them, the clueless duo embark on yet another cross-country mission to stop it all over again, which is really kind of a remake of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. I have to be honest, guys, I haven't watched this because I got this maybe 6 months ago. I haven't watched it yet. So basically, it looks like they're kind of doing the same premise. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. They were the premise on that one was Hollywood was turning one of their comic books into a motion picture, and they were trying to go across country to kind of stop this evil producer that was going to change all the things that was cool about them, and it just really kind of an in-joke kind of thing. But yeah, this is similar, I would say, but I'm going to watch this soon. So yeah, there you go. Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. Next up, this is something I added here lately because Clerks 2 is very hard to find. It's out of print. Just getting a single release of it is very hard to find. And if you do, it's very expensive. So good old Amazon had this for I think it was $5.99, and I couldn't believe it. So I finally got a copy. I never had a copy of Clerks 2. I saw it one time, and I, honest to God, can't remember it. But I'm going to revisit this with Clerks 2. This is a double feature with Zach and Miri Make a Porno, which is basically they've kind of changed it to just Zach and Miri because of the whole porno part. But yeah, you got Clerks 2 and you got Zach and Miri on a double feature Blu-ray. You can get this as I'm speaking on Amazon still, really cheap. So if you Zach and Miri, pretty good. Not, I wouldn't say classic Kevin Smith, but pretty decent. Clerks 2, and I honestly can't remember Clerks 2 either because I only saw it one time. So I'm going to revisit that. This is in my piles of stuff to watch. Next up, the movie that started it all, that made Kevin Smith a household name, so to speak. Clerks. This is the 15th anniversary edition Blu-ray. Really cool. It's got a lot of bonus stuff on it. Just about everything you would want to have for Clerks. Now, I have this on Laserdisc, and I have Chasing Amy too. I didn't put Chasing Amy in this pile because I don't know why I didn't, but Chasing Amy, guys, that's there, and it's a Criterion release, which I thought was really cool when that came out. It came out on Laserdisc first, but I'll get to that in just a second. But Clerks, the movie that started it all, filmed in black and white. It was a big indie hit. Shot on a low budget, black and white, just some friends, Kevin Smith, a young man with a dream, with a script in his hand. This was the time for young filmmakers in the 90s. This is after Quentin Tarantino broke open the dam, so to speak, in Hollywood for independent filmmakers. It was hot now for first-time filmmakers with project of some sort. You got to see. But yeah, really, the 90s was a good time for filmmaking. I mean, it really was time that we got some good hot blood going, making movies, new scripts, new writing, a lot of daring stuff, a lot of cool stuff. So I really like the 90s as that independent thing. Now, everything was independent to a certain degree. Hollywood jumped on it, but yeah, Clerks was a hot property. Miramax released it, kind of put Miramax on the map, so to speak, along with Quentin Tarantino, Harvey Weinstein, the infamous was, heading all this stuff. But, the Harvey Weinstein from, 25 years ago was this, just beginning to be this producer guy, before all the stuff happened. But anyways, Clerks, have it on Laserdisc. Great movie if you've never seen it. It's like the key movie of everything Kevin Smith. Next up, the big hit movie, the big sequel. Kevin Smith. Hollywood came knocking. Universal, given a big contract. Making the movie, and Mallrats came out. Now this is the DVD release. It's been released on Blu-ray through Arrow. Arrow has a pretty cool edition of it that I don't have yet. But yeah, the Mallrats, the big budget comedy. It probably wasn't a big budget, but Hollywood got involved. You got Jay and Silent Bob return. Bunch of the same characters, which you see in a lot of these movies. The running characters are the same people. I think in this one, they were wanting to get their comic book going and which we'll pick up with Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back and everything. So anyways, Mallrats was a big hit, and everything. And I believe after that, we get to Chasing Amy. Chasing Amy was released. It was a big hit. It was Kevin Smith showing his serious side with comedy mixed in it, and it was a big hit. It was a big critically acclaimed hit. When it came out on video, the Criterion Collection released it on Laserdisc at the time. This was one of the last couple years of Laserdisc. Criterion released it. Kevin Smith did a really cool commentary on there where he was talking about Laserdiscs is it, and like DVD's not going to be something, but very profound commentary that he did on that. And then later when DVD started coming out, Criterion ported all the same stuff over to DVD, and it came out on DVD, the Criterion release of it. And I believe there might be some regular editions of it, but I'm just familiar with the Criterion release of Chasing Amy, so I'll put a picture in here. I do have it on both laser and DVD. Okay guys, next up we come up to Dogma. This is the DVD release of Dogma. Now, I may have missed the timeline up a little bit. I think this came out, when did this come out? I think I've mixed the timeline all up. I think this came out in like 99, I believe. But this edition is out of print, obviously. It can go for all different prices I've seen, but for a while there, it was way up there in price. There is a Blu-ray edition of it, but it's been long out of print. But I've always had this DVD release of it, which is pretty cool. Which opens up, and it's kind of in a kind of a Bible look. It has like the Bible look, fake faux Bible look to it, with a lot of extra stuff. But yeah, this was a big to do. Again, I think this was a bigger budget, but epic movie. I mean, you got Ben Affleck, you got Matt Damon, Salma Hayek, Linda Fiorentino, you got Chris Rock, Alan Rickman, Jason Lee, of course, Jay and Silent Bob are back into this. You got Buddy Jesus, you got the evil hockey kids, you got some kind of turd monster of some sort, It's a movie of epic proportions in the Kevin Smith world, with kind of a religious overtone. It's kind of like God comes to town, comes to Earth, and da-da-da-da. It's too complicated to get into, and I'm not going to explain it. But anyways, Dogma, big, I guess it was a big hit. It was controversial, of course, and everything, but right now I'm thinking this is still kind of worth some money. I'm not really sure, but it's hard to find this edition because it's got all this extra stuff in it, the booklet, and it really came with a ton of stuff. I mean, it's loaded to the max with extras, 2 discs and everything. Dogma, love it or hate it, it was a very ambitious project that Kevin Smith took on. There you go, Dogma. Next up, I just have an extra copy of Jay and Silent Bob. I think I found this at Goodwill for 50 cents, so I don't know, I already had it, I picked it up again. But that's about it, guys. That's all my Kevin Smith, Jay and Silent Bob / movies that I have. Now, I have some other Kevin Smith movies, some of his other movies like Red State, some of his other movies, various ones. He also did a couple of really cool stand-up ones where he's just basically talking, he's giving a monologue, kind of musings, you know, kind of jokes and storytelling and stuff. And those 2 DVDs, I think it's now out on a Blu-ray double pack, which got 2 different separate concerts that he did, which are really, really entertaining, actually. I know the first one is really good, but you can get those too. But yeah, but that's basically what I have. Those I would call the main chunk of, you know, Jay and Silent Bob, the characters, and Kevin Smith's probably most funniest movies that he's done. You know, I know he executive produced or directed the new He-Man series that's on Netflix, which was also very controversial and everything. All that, I haven't even watched it. All the drama around it kind of killed my whole interest in even wanting to try to watch it. It just, you know, it just blew it away for me. I just didn't want to even interest. So I may watch it one day. But anyways, guys, that's it as far as Kevin Smith and my small collection. Let me know in the comments what your favorite Kevin Smith movie is. What do you think the best Kevin Smith movie is so far? Now, he's working on a couple of projects right now that are yet to come out, and everything. Let me know if you did enjoy this episode. For some odd reason you liked it, give me a thumbs up. It would be greatly appreciated. And also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, subscribe. Let me subscribe. Check out my channel. I got a bunch of episodes featuring all types of genres, from old movies, old classic Hollywood, all the way to black exploitation, to the action genre. I got all kinds of stuff, westerns. I love all kinds of movie genres, guys. Check out my channel, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment. And until next time, guys, I'm Mike. Watch a good movie tonight. Take it easy out there and be careful.